In May 2015, the city of Marshfield solidified a plan to lease the former airport terminal building to the Marshfield Area Pet Shelter. Immediately afterwards, MAPS volunteers began the challenging work of transforming the long-abandoned facility into a workable temporary home for area homeless pets. The summer months were spent tearing out old carpet, stripping wallpaper, upgrading electrical, scraping floors, renovating plumbing, and painting, and more painting. Not to mention the countless other jobs required to make the space suitable for an animal shelter.
We are cleaning. This is a big project, and we got lots of volunteers that are coming to help, and we're gonna get this done today, at least clean it up.
Perhaps most significant and costly was the installation of a new ERV unit, funded through a $60,000 donation from the city of Marshfield. The energy recovery ventilator will exchange air within the building, improving air quality and keeping our facility safe for both people and pets. Other key donations include a brand new washer and dryer courtesy of Bill Mitten at Mitten's Furniture and Appliance, buckets of paint supplied by Sherwin-Williams, landscaping help from Shallow's Nursery, and countless other donations too numerous to mention. With more than 1,000 hours volunteered, the aging structure was transformed from outdated to outstanding.
For soap and a pig carnation, I'm all dressed up.
On August 31st, the first cat was housed at the new shelter. Named Lucky, this beautiful black kitty was homage to MAP's very first rescue back in 2011. Working with local veterinary offices, ordinance control, and other local shelters, MAPS has established a high quality of care for Marshfield pet strays. This home may be temporary, but it's a huge step in transforming the lives of homeless animals in the Marshfield area. To our volunteers, donors, sponsors, and supporters, thank you for helping MAPS take flight.
We're ringing the dogs and the cats too. Okay, that's enough.
Sorry, Diane, you know nobody's safe.
That was so evil.
Oh. As you can see by that video, our dedicated group has poured their heart and souls into this dream for our community and our homeless animals. They have sacrificed a good portion of their summer working at the shelter and getting it ready for occupancy. Thousands of hours went into renovating this space, and thousands more are dedicated every day to helping animals. It is with great pride that I introduce and thank all of our incredible volunteers. I would like to ask that these volunteers stand to be recognized, and you can hold your applause until I'm done reading all of the names. I'm going to start with our ever-famous singing Diane Shallow. Maureen O'Reilly Grand Corvitz, please stand. Sandy Stry, Janet Gilbert, Bev Ludford, Brianna Spath, Dana Spath, Marissa Zane, Vicki Riedel, and Megan Giserta. To our guys who did all the heavy lifting, Bob Keel, Gary Stry, Paul Grand-Corvitz, Brett Butler, Galen Haney, and to all our other volunteers who came out to help at the building. To our vet techs, Bridget Baining, Drissa Landowski, and Caitlin Loberg. To our foster parents, the Carters, the Merwins, the Ferrises, the Renz family, the Gilberts, Castlebergs, Dunnos, Varanas, Bevan Galen, Teresa, Vicky Riedel, and Petty Ran. And our Adoption Center and Microchip volunteers, Karen Zilch, Nancy Nieder, Bruce Shoup, yeah, you gotta stand. Oh, you guys. Next year I'm gonna make you sing. Thank you. Chris and Gracie Wolf, Zita Lassie, Kelly Gooden, Rosie Johnson, Kathy Sharp, Amanda Strebel, Maria Edelstein, Dawn Steinert, Kelsey Verana, and Sarah Hart are all our microchip volunteers. And I promise this will be the last one for right now. I'd like to welcome our newest board member, representing animal welfare, Brian Ruppel. I cannot say enough about these incredible people. There are about 50 of them right there that have donated so much of their time making this all possible for us, so we appreciate every single one of them and we couldn't do what we do again without them. So I will reiterate the fact that we are volunteers. None of us are paid employees. All of these very special people donate their time to MAPS in addition to working their full-time jobs. Thankfully, we do have a handful of retired volunteers, and I can tell you we keep them very busy. We all have been mentored by the amazing staff and volunteers at the Humane Society of Portage County in Plover. They have spent countless hours with us sharing their knowledge and skills to help us develop our policies and procedures to keep our animals and volunteers safe. We cannot thank them enough for their commitment to helping us. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I was losing track because I got all excited there because you guys are clapping for Portage County. They deserve it, they're awesome. To recap some of our many accomplishments, since we began in 2011, MAPS has adopted more than 227 dogs and cats through our 19 different foster homes. Adopters have come from as far away as Madison, Green Bay, Fond du Lac, Minneapolis, and throughout the state of Wisconsin to adopt our pets. This again was made possible because of the endless commitment and compassion of our foster parents and our volunteers. All of our adoptable pets are spayed and neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped before going to their new home. As you can imagine, this takes a lot of coordination and cooperation from a variety of people to accommodate our many incoming animals. Through a partnership with the Humane Society of Portage County again, many of these animals are transported over to them every week to assist us with spay and neuter surgeries. Volunteer drivers are always needed to get these pets to and from these appointments. In addition, we also work closely with our local vet offices for immediate care of sick and injured animals. We thank the doctors and staff at Castle Rock Vet, Marshfield Vet, Dr. Sue at Stratford Vet, and especially Wildwood Animal Hospital for always finding a way to sneak us in for appointments when the need arises. We greatly appreciate their willingness to help our shelter pets. MAPS implemented our Share the Care program for Marshfield's unclaimed animals in 2013 because we had no means to care for them ourselves. This provided our community's animals the opportunity to be spayed and neutered, vaccinated, and placed up for adoption. To date, our Share the Care program has saved the lives of 414 unclaimed cats and dogs. Many thanks to our many Share the Care drivers who made numerous trips to and from these facilities transporting our pets. On August 22nd of this year, our Share the Care program for cats ended. With only 4 days' notice and a new facility that was not ready to accommodate animals, our volunteers quickly got a space ready. We set up cages, collected supplies, and made it work. And on August 31st, we received our very first unclaimed cat, which we appropriately named Lucky. On September 30th, just this last Wednesday, MAPS acquired the city contract for stray cats. From this point forward, all animals found within Marshfield city limits will be brought directly to the MAPS facility by our animal control officers in the Marshfield Police Department. We are so very proud of this huge accomplishment for our community and our homeless animals. Two years ago this month, our volunteers renovated a space at the Marshfield Mall, creating our adoption and microchip center. Last December, we started housing our adoptable cats at this location, and we now have open visiting hours thanks to our incredible volunteers. The hours are from 4:30 to 6 Monday through Friday and 11 to 2 on Saturdays. We also continue to host microchip clinics the last Saturday of every month to give pet owners the opportunity to get their pets microchipped for the low costs of $15. To date, 339 private pets have been microchipped through this program, and 55 pets were reunited with their owners thanks to our Lost and Found program. MAPS volunteers receive calls and messages and emails every day for a variety of situations. Some are from pet owners who need to rehome their pet. Others are pet owners asking for advice, and the most common is from people finding stray animals. Unfortunately, many areas outside city limits have no mechanism in place for these stray animals. One such story is of a tiny injured kitten found on the side of the road outside city limits. The kitten was rushed to a local vet office where they quickly discovered he would need immediate surgery. After performing the surgery and caring for the kitten, the vet office realized they now needed someone to assist them with the intensive care required to nurse the kitten back to health, and they again contacted MAPS. Today, Adam is healing at a MAPS foster home. Unfortunately, his back leg could not be saved, but his foster mom, Bev, tells us that doesn't stop him from being an active and happy kitten. He will be available for adoption soon. Dolly, Sally, and Tucker were all found as strays in Marshfield. Sally, at a whopping 8 pounds, was delivered to the police department in a shoebox with a broken leg. Knowing she could not go to the city's stray hold facility, MAPS again was contacted. Sally spent 6 weeks in her loving foster home until she was well enough to be adopted. Dolly was brought in as a stray and taken to the city stray hold facility. After her owners did not come for her, she was given to MAPS. She was rushed to Wildwood Animal Hospital to be checked over, and after that, she was welcomed in by the generosity of Laura Pickler at Laura's groom room for a much-needed haircut and bath. Laura spent many hours grooming her very matted fur. Dolly found her new forever home within weeks of being placed up for adoption. Little Tucker ran the streets of Marshfield for 3 weeks before anyone could get close to him. When he was finally lured in by Officer Larson, Tucker was taken to the stray hold facility. Again, his owners did not come for him, and MAPS took over. Tucker was a very scared boy, but after weeks of nurturing in his foster home, a wonderful family came forward and adopted him. We would like to thank all these wonderful people for transforming our beautiful pets into loving companions. And yes, this is a bunny. This is Snow, and Snow is our first bunny, and he was brought to us as a Marshfield stray. Yep. Sunday morning, and we're getting a call about a bunny. So we quickly had our volunteer run out to our storage place and locate a bunny cage, and another volunteer ran out to Fleet to find bunny supplies, and another volunteer guided us on how to care for a bunny so we didn't hurt it. So little Snow is out at the facility. He is available for adoption, and he is neutered, because that's what we do. To recap our fundraisers, our Paws and Pancakes breakfast in February broke another Casey Hall record for the second year in a row with 900 people in attendance. Supporters stood in long lines in chilly conditions waiting to get their paws on some pancakes to help our cause. In May, we hosted our second Pause for Brittany Fun Run Dog Walk in memory of Brittany Zimmerman at Wildwood Park. This event drew more than 200 participants and their pets and raised over $11,000. In November and December, we hosted pet portraits with Don Patterson Photography. Don donates his time and all proceeds benefit MAPS. Our Raising the Woof bowling party at Rose Bowl Lanes in December sold out within weeks of open reservations. MAPS also has benefited from numerous fundraising events held by others in our community. In February and April, through their Paw Away Hunger campaign, Festival Foods donated more than $1,700 worth of supplies to MAPS. MAPS also has benefited from numerous fundraising events held by others in our community. In February and April, through their Paw Away Hunger campaign, Festival Foods donated more than $1,700 worth of supplies to MAPS. And that was all because of the customers that come there and purchase the $5 or $10 bags. You made that possible because of your commitment to our organization helping Festival Foods out. In May, Menards celebrated National Pet Month by encouraging their customers to donate supplies to MAPS. Other fundraisers included Brat Fries, Jean Day, the store's Buy a Bone campaign, and A&B Process Systems holiday donation of supplies to MAPS for the third straight year. Other in-kind donations came from birthday parties, church groups, various organizations, and students. We also have 22 local businesses that allow our donation canisters to be displayed in their businesses. To these generous individuals, groups, and businesses, we thank you. So the part I'm sure you've all been waiting for is the building. Our journey with the City of Marshfield and the Common Council began last July. I think MAPS has managed to be on the council meeting agenda every month since. Oh my gosh, it's MAPS. It's MAPS again. It was quite a journey. After many council meeting appearances, Mayor Meyer identified a possible location for a shelter. That location was the old airport terminal at 210 West 29th Street, which had been vacated for several years and was scheduled to be torn down. That month, city officials and MAPS volunteers visited the facility. We were very overwhelmed at first, yet excited about the possibilities, and a plan was set into motion. On May 12th, the Common Council approved a lease between the city and MAPS, and on June 9th, the lease was signed and renovations began. Knowing there were significant renovations that needed to be completed, and aware of our concerns regarding state requirements for safety, the council approved a $60,000 direct donation to MAPS on July 14th for a new HVAC ERV unit. The unit has been installed in our new facility, and it can be transferred and reused at a new permanent facility. We sincerely thank the cooperation, support, and generosity we have received from our city officials and council members. So MAPS will pay the city of Marshfield $500 a month rent, and MAPS will also be responsible for all utilities. Terms of the lease are for 3 years with the option to renew every year after, up to 7 years. The 5,000 square foot building has undergone significant renovations to accommodate approximately 5 dogs and 30 cats. But more work is needed to be completed. The estimated cost of renovations is $25,000. This includes upgrading electrical, plumbing, lighting, and adding an ADA bathroom, telephone, and internet. Utilities, rent, administrative fees, insurance, animal care, and supplies are estimated at $4,000 a month. This temporary facility will allow for much-needed animal welfare services in and around our community, providing intake services for stray animals, quarantine services, and adoptions. Many generous people have contributed their time and in-kind donations to make this happen. We call this a temporary facility because that is what it is. Grateful for this wonderful opportunity to care for stray animals and provide services for our area, fundraising efforts need to continue for a permanent new facility for MAPS. We cannot stay in this facility permanently. Because the building resides on airport property, we are regulated by many separate entities. In addition, there are restrictions for expansion, and the building itself has space limitations. If an airport use arises for the space, we can be asked to vacate the premises. Ongoing development of MAP's capital campaign will continue. As I mentioned earlier, MAPS has already taken over the city contract for stray cats. The plan for now is to transfer cats to our adoption center at the Marshfield Mall once they are medically cleared. Because we are all volunteers, many of the decisions we make are based on the time and resources available to us. We currently have 47 animals in our care. With an estimated 270 stray cats and dogs brought in by animal control annually, we need everyone's help to make this successful. More work and additional funds are needed before we can start taking in the dogs. We need to purchase dog kennels, fencing, and additional supplies, and epoxy the floors in the dog rooms. Aside from fundraisers such as this tonight, we currently have 2 campaigns underway to generate awareness and donations. One is our appeal letter, which many of you have probably already received. And due to a glitch in our mailing, some of you may have received 2. This has been very successful so far, and we would like to thank the many generous donors who have already responded to our need. None of this would be possible without our generous donors like you. Second, we're kicking off our online campaign at loveanimals.org. The project is called Shelter Renovations by Marshfield Area Pet Shelter, and we invite everyone to visit this page, and please share it with your friends and family to generate additional funds needed to complete our renovations. An open house at our new facility is tentatively scheduled for November, depending on the availability of funds and volunteer time to complete the work. We welcome you all to attend. We'd also like to thank Adam Hawking at Hub City Times for featuring our adoptable pets every week, and for covering MAPS News to keep our community informed. And a list of all of our upcoming events and fundraisers can be found on the back of your programs and on our website. So, on behalf of our organization, we would like to sincerely thank each and every one of you for supporting us tonight. We'd like to thank the generous donors for our raffle baskets and silent auction items. I'd like to find Denise Can, Mary Jane Cito, and Diane Shallow. They're probably out there working. There she is. A round of applause for Denise, Diane, and Mary Jane. There she is. Amazing job, ladies. Thank you so much. A very big thank you to our Jeff Cannon for hosting this event for us for the 4th straight year. Thank you, Jeff, for your support and doing this for us. And lastly, I'd like to thank my dad, who over the past 4 years has mowed my lawn, shoveled my driveway, walked my dogs, and other projects around my house to free my time up to do this. Thank you, Dad. I'm done babbling. Thank you again for coming. Thank you so much.